Admit it, the thought of choosing and understanding all the retirement and investment options available to you is quite intimidating. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, RAs, where do you start? Take a breath and relax. As intimidating and confusing as it might seem, you don't have to be a financial expert to invest and plan your retirement, but it is important that you make an effort to understand your options and to have as much knowledge as possible in order to make informed decisions. It's also a good idea to engage the help of a financial planner who can advise you on your investment strategy. Do your research, read widely, and if you can, attend seminars. The investments and plan you choose may change over time, and you must be prepared to review and adjust. When choosing your investments, factor in longevity and inflation risk. Longevity risk is the possibility that you might live longer than your money lasts, and inflation risk is the possibility that inflation will undermine the performance of your investments and that the income you receive when you retire may not be enough to keep up with your living expenses. Review and adjust regularly. Here are some popular retirement plans and investment options for you to consider. Retirement annuities, or RAs, provide a source of income during your retirement and is a popular option to consider if you're self-employed or you work for a company that doesn't provide a pension or provident fund. RAs are also an option if you already have a pension or provident fund but want to invest more of your savings towards retirement. An RA is a tax-friendly investment, but remember, you can't access the money in your RA until you are 55, and then you can only withdraw 1/3 as a lump sum and the remainder is paid monthly. The reason is that this money is intended to help fund your retirement, and in return for your savings discipline, you receive certain tax benefits. But then the state locks up this money until you're at least 55 in the hope that you don't become a financial burden on society. If the benefit amount is less than 7,000 Rand, you can withdraw the entire lump sum. A pension or provident fund is what an employer offers employees to help them save for retirement. If your employer offers you membership in either a pension or provident fund, it's normally compulsory for you to join. In many ways, pension and provident funds are similar, but one important difference is how they pay out when you retire. With a pension fund, you can get up to 1/3 of the money in cash when you retire, and some of it may be taxed. The balance you have to invest in a certain way to give you a monthly income. With a provident fund, you can get the full amount in cash, and some of it may be taxed. And then you decide yourself where and how to invest so you can earn a monthly income. The new retirement tax reforms affect how you can withdraw from your provident fund, so it's important to understand the impact on your investment. When you leave your current employer, you may transfer your pension or provident fund to your new employer's fund or into a new or existing RA or preservation fund. You won't be taxed on transfer, and you're also allowed one withdrawal before you retire. In addition to retirement products, you can also invest your money in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. When you purchase a stock, you're essentially buying a piece of a company. So, if the company does well, you do well, and vice versa. Companies issue stock to raise money for various purposes, such as launching new products or expanding into new markets. If you own stock, you may make money when it appreciates in value and you sell it, or through dividends that are paid out to the shareholders. But you also run the risk of the company performing poorly or even going bankrupt and losing your money. The best way to describe a bond is to think of it as a loan. You loan your money to a company or government, and in return, they pay you interest for the term of the loan. Bonds are considered safe and conservative investments, and you can buy into them at relatively low cost, and they provide a predictable stream of income when you don't want to put your money at risk. The only drawback is that with some types of bonds, you're locking up your cash, and there are often strict rules governing the early withdrawal of your cash. You can think of a mutual fund as a basket of stocks and bonds, and is another way for you to invest in stocks, bonds, or cash investments. Basically, your money is pooled along with other investors into a fund, which then invests into certain securities. A fund manager professionally manages the fund. As an investor, you share in the fund's income, expenses, and any gains or losses the fund makes on its investments. Investing in your future can be as complicated or as easy as you want it to be. You can do it yourself or engage a financial expert. Whichever way you go, be sure that your decisions are informed. It is your money after all. So remember, an RA is a tax-effective retirement vehicle for individuals. A pension or provident fund is what an employer offers its employees to help them save for retirement. A stock is a share of a company held by an individual or group. A bond is when you loan your money to a company or government, and in return they pay you interest for the term of the loan. A mutual fund is where you pool your money together with other investors into an investment fund that's professionally managed by a fund manager.